Welcome to the Fatherhood News Podcast. Please follow us here and subscribe to us on YouTube for your daily news headlines of all the news from the fatherhood space in Elite Dangerous. Here are today's headlines on the 11th of November 3306. Good evening, I am Hannah Williams.
And I am Jim Cooper. We start today's broadcast live from the scene of the terrorist attack in Heijangai. Our reporter Katie Bright is outside Golden Wish Health Service. Hello Kate, what can you tell us about the attack?
Hi Jim. The attack struck Sharp Oasis, where the Brotherhood of Heijangai were gathering for the annual interstellar meeting of the Brotherhood. A number of SRV raiders attacked the lightly defended facility, with heavily engineered Vipers attacking the defensive ships that patrol around this once tranquil retreat. Eyewitness accounts say, the SRVs opened fire at the main conference arena until they were out of ammo and sped away to awaiting haulers that boosted away into the upper atmosphere.
And what response, if any, from the Fatherhood to this attack?
Well, the Fatherhood security forces did not respond in time. However, Heijangai Purple Central Group first responders did, and their Type 6s have been arriving non-stop to this facility with armed support from the Defense Force of Heijangai. Here at Golden Wish Health Service they say they are overrun with injuries and are having to triage in the ships due to the lack of beds.
Do they fear another attack? Is that why the armed escort is there?
Defense Force of Heijangai have said they can't rule out another attack. There isn't a lot of love loss here for the Fatherhood either, with one of the commanders telling me that, if the Fatherhood wants to forget about its home star system, then they should leave and we will take care of our homes without them.
Thank you Kate. That was Kate Bright, reporting from Heijangai.
Despite the words of Edwin Harrison of the Shetty Front that we brought to you yesterday on the Fatherhood News Podcast, the Hodor Network have continued to overcome their forces, with commanders from the Hodor Network reporting that he is sending F-rated Sidewinders to die.
Erasmus Walden is on the war path again, this time with the Kier Dynamic Company in Gertrude and also in Uchaluroha with the Purple Transport Industry. This is what she had to say about both upcoming wars.
I would like to address both pending wars. We didn't start any of them. Dynamic energy analysis is our scientific base. It is used for interstellar communications. However, the Kier Dynamic Company see it as an asset that they can manipulate. We all know they work for the Fatherhood. That is why we rejected their offer of an election. As for the armada that is poised to attack Hoffen Enterprise that the Purple Transport Industry have assembled, we do not fear this. Our forces have returned the favor in kind, and we will level Cooper Enterprise if they fire one pulse laser at our business.
In other news, Progressive Party of Uchaluroha Defense of Black Halo Finishing is dominating the Liberty Party of Uchaluroha. However, the Prime Minister remains defiant.
We have a mandate from the people to return Black Halo Finishing to our control, and unlike all others before me, I will keep this promise. It may look dark now, but we will overcome. Commanders, work together, come and help us to dominate this evil that has for too long controlled our star system, and we will reward you handsomely for your efforts.
Guest Hub is now an active conflict zone, with both sides claiming that they were attacked first. This civil war started before all refugees managed to leave, and they are now forced to wait and see who will win this war.
The Fatherhood News Podcast understands that Badaba Gold Fortune Industry and Badaba Interstellar are maybe one cycle away from the start of the election for Cooperative Culture Ministry and Misty Summit Surgery. And elections have started in NLTT 14879 for Crown Camp. This time the coalition of HAT 94-00572 Crown Camp is voting to see if they accept the hostile takeover bid from the Union of LHS 1758 Alliance.
In business news, the Confederacy of Kier has stated today that they have activated checkpoints against the Kier gang. This action has been condemned in the strongest terms by all factions of the Kier star system, yet the Confederacy of Kier have reported a boom state from the taxes they are collecting from the checkpoints.
Tabara Point remains in lockdown, with cyber engineers en route from Manamaya to help with the cyber attack they have suffered. we still do not have any news on when this computer components factory will be fully operational.
Manamaya Rats have continued to suffer for the third week in a row now. Social Manamaya Democrats faction have sent an envoy to the Fatherhood to try and negotiate a relaxation of the confined to quarters protocol that the Fatherhood have enforced on all members of the Rats.
The workers of Yaksbalam Alliance Taylor Relay Robotics are still waiting on soundproof equipment to be delivered to enable workers to shut down the robots, the Health and Safety Council have said. No one is allowed to enter the facility due to the irrecoverable harm that they may suffer.
The BD plus 69238 Monarchy have hit back at the comments made by the posse in the last Fatherhood News podcast stating that they will interdict all posse ships with their own security force and have ended their contract with Silver Vision Solutions for protection.
The Fatherhood wants to turn a blind eye to the black market activities of the anarchists? That's fine. We will take matters into our own hands. Our Royal Guards will be patrolling and we have ordered them to inspect every ship that belongs to the scum of the posse.
And finally, the LHS 1848 Blue Ring faction have released the name of the pilot that died tragically in the last cycle on Bachigalupi survey. He was Commander Kevin Anderson. His family have been informed and our thoughts are with them at this tragic time.
A tragic loss. I hope no more lives are lost in these demonstrations.
So true, Jim. I think it's time for politicians to act on this. It's been going on for too long. My mother is at LHS 1848 and passenger missions are really suffering, and as we know that they are the lifeblood of a station.
Well, let's see how the Fatherhood responds when it starts to impact the pockets of the Central Command and their donors.
I think we will leave it there. I have been Hannah Williams.
And I am Jim Cooper. Remember, don't dream of the stars, fly amongst them. Thank you and good night.